24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days all year round. This dedicated team is here working industriously to bring you
the facts,
the analysis,
the interviews,
the news,
the views from the ordinary people.
We set the agenda.
We bring you seamless broadcast.
we cover the happenings.
we give you the angles on the screen.
We cover the events.
We tell the story. We produce the shows.
We commission and ensure the stories are delivered.
We bring you all actions and excitement in sports.
We get our inspiration from you because you have chosen us as the nation's most trusted voice. AYV, the home of all things credible, factual, and of course, all times balanced news.
Just because the day has ended doesn't mean news has stopped. Bringing you stories that matters to you. Preparing you for tomorrow. Whether sports, human interest, entertainment, live breaking news, and more. The AYV News. Sierra Leone's news leader.
You are watching AYV Television.
From our broadcasting house here on Wesley Street in Sierra Leone's capital, Freetown. This is Primetime News on AYV Radio and TV. You're watching us on channel 33 and listening to us on frequency modulation 101.7. I am Emmanuel Nyakemomo. Let's start with tonight's headlines. The Ministry of Local Government wants APC boycott disrupting councils, threatening to stop payment of salaries amid escalating political standoff. and the Ministry of Health strengthens services with new tools and transports in Kenema. Pademba Road Court gains bail to 45-year-old herbalist of fraud charges. Hello and welcome from wherever you joining us tonight. Let's roll into more stories. As All People's Congress continues its boycott of Parliament and local councils, the Ministry of Local Government has strongly criticized the move, warning that it disrupts the council's operation and affecting communities nationwide, noting that the ministry has legal ground to stop payment of remuneration and allowance of local government workers who have currently boycotted local council governance, including the mayor of Freetown. At the center of this dispute are disagreements on electoral concerns, local governance decisions and demands for high-level dialogue with President Bio. Speaking on Wake Up Salon program, where the Minister of Local Government, Ambassador Tamba Lamina, and lawyer Usman Timbo, Member of Parliament, shared contrasting views on the ongoing impasse. Susanette Bassi.
The ongoing boycott in Parliament has drawn reactions from both government and opposition figures, with the Minister of Local Government describing the boycott as unlawful and harmful to democratic governance. He emphasized that elected officials have constitutional obligation to serve, warning that the absence of councillors is disrupting administrative functions, financial management, and grassroots development.
Even though you are in the city of Freetown, yes, you've got responsibilities that you can carry out in those councils, but you're not independent in carrying out those councils. I think this is the mistake people make. People mistake a unitary form of governance that has got subnational units to that of federalism. In federalism, you've got a lot of powers within those functions of a mayor or so and so forth. But in this case, the central government is responsible for the overall running of this country, and it's peeled off some of its responsibilities to the functions from these various ministries to the local councils for them to work together to ensure that it is decentralized appropriately.
The minister also affirms that his ministry has the legal grounds to cease payment of remuneration and allowances for councillors and chairpersons who have suspended local council governance activities in line with the Local Government Act.
And let me say this again. Section 31 of the council, the Local Government Act itself, talks about remunerations, allowances, transport, and so forth, which to a very large extent the government is responsible for. We have started taking stock of those matters, and we as a ministry will advise the Ministry of Finance for payments to be stopped.
However, Member of Parliament and APC flag-bearer aspirant Honorable Usman Timbo defended the party's position, insisting the boycott is a legitimate response to unresolved electoral concerns. He maintained that the APC will not return to full parliamentary and council participation until its demands are addressed, including reforms and direct engagement with President Julius Maada Bio.
This is the second meeting summoned by the Speaker of Parliament, and it was attended by, firstly, was just the leaders and myself, leaders of Parliament. And this time it was all the caucus leaders, all district caucus leaders, and the leadership of the opposition in Parliament and myself meeting with the Speaker of Parliament. It's a continuation of the engagements that we had prior. And the bottom line was that the Speaker is asking us to return to Parliament as the head of that arm of government, because we are members of Parliament and we are like part of his system. So we made it very clear to him that we are not averse to going back to Parliament. No, we are not. We know we have a responsibility to represent the people. But at the same time, we believe that we cannot continue to act or to represent where the opposition is not treated seriously, where we're treated as fools, where agreements are not adhered to, where we do not act in good faith. So that is why we're where we are. We respect the Speaker of Parliament, and we made that known to him. We also made it known to him from the first meeting as well as the second, that since he said he got the blessings of the President to engage with us, we are also asking him to tell the President that we want to meet with him on this.
As both sides remain firm, pressure is mounting for dialogue to break the impasse amid growing concerns over its impact on governance, stability, and public trust in Sierra Leone. Suzanette Bassi, AYV News, Freetown.
Now let's move to the health sector, where the Ministry of Health has taken a major step towards strengthening healthcare delivery in the eastern region of Sierra Leone. In Kenema, the new state-of-the-art medical equipment and staff support vehicles have been officially handed over to improve diagnostic services and the ease at workload of health workers. Edima Conte has more.
The Minister of Health, Dr. Austin Demby, has officially handed over a brand new 64-slice CT scan machine, a 4D ultrasound machine, a 36-seater staff bus, and a utility vehicle to the Kenema Government Hospital. The newly installed CT scan and ultrasound machines are expected to significantly boost diagnostic accuracy and treatment capacity at the facility, reducing the need for patients to seek advanced medical services elsewhere. Speaking in an interview with journalists, Dr. Demby emphasized that the intervention is part of government's broader effort to transform healthcare delivery across the country.
Whilst we're in Kenema, like a lot of these other big cities, we're really trying to grow the healthcare system here in Kenema. We just received some dialysis machines, 15 dialysis machines. We're going to redistribute them around the country and ensure we have that capability here in Kenema as well. Right now as we speak, you have 24 doctors deployed at the Kenema Government Hospital, which is unheard of. I mean, the last time I was here several years ago, you had 2 or 3 doctors here. Now we have 24, including residents here in the district as well. So it's very, very exciting for improving healthcare delivery. It is intended for Kenema, but it is as well a resource for the whole country. Everybody will benefit from it.
Residents in Kenema welcomed the development, recalling the challenges they previously faced when such services were unavailable.
Well, we feel happy.
We feel very excited. Before now, we didn't have these equipments here in Kenema. We traveled to other parts of the country just to get proper medical diagnosis. Now that we have this, we won't suffer what we used to suffer before now.
Yeah. We were very glad. We glad. We know pay transport now for go other side. For more to go take we wear body.
We're glad because first in history, we have problem there way for scan people there.
This is the first time we are having this equipment. Even the bus we had before was very old, and healthcare workers face a lot of challenges getting to work on time. I'm especially excited about the bus.
Sometimes they can late for go work. We just have to feel up for them. On that day, they really get constrained. Yeah, we're happy because I'm over happy where I don't even see that bus.
Healthcare workers at the hospital also expressed optimism, stating that the new equipment will make their work more efficient, while the staff bus will ease transportation challenges and help them report to duty on time. The official handover follows earlier commissioning by the president, who recently unveiled similar equipment and vehicles, including staff buses, utility vehicles, a 128-slice CT scan machine, and a modern bonds unit as part of ongoing effort to transform healthcare service delivery nationwide. Edima Conte, AYV News, Kenema District.
Now, some social commentators still believe that tensions are rising around the proposed constitutional amendment bill to the 1991 Constitution of Sierra Leone. Some residents in Freetown say they do not clearly understand how the constitutional review process works. They say government has not provided clear information about the steps involved. As a result, they are calling on the authorities to initiate strong civic education on the entire constitutional review process. Our reporter Isa Bangura has more.
Concerns about the proposed amendments to the 1991 Constitution of Sierra Leone continue to grow among some residents in Freetown. Some citizens who spoke to AYV say they feel left out of the process because they do not have enough information about how the constitutional review is taking place.
I am not aware of any constitutional review process. We are just hearing that they want to amend the constitution. but we do not know the process. The government should come out clearly so that we can understand what is going on.
Yeah, the need for acts because yes, although
I have been hearing people talk about the constitutional review process, but I don't really know how the process is progressing. The government should communicate with us, the ordinary citizens, and seek our opinion as well. So far, however, we've not seen any real changes.
Oh, we don't see changes at all.
The 1991 Constitution of Sierra Leone is the main law that guides governance in the country. Some residents believe that any plan to amend it should involve strong public awareness and consultation. They say civic education will help citizens understand the review process and also allow them to take part in national discussions.
They therefore reach out to the layman.
If they want to change the constitution, the people should understand the process. Civic education is important so that everyone will know how these decisions are being made.
That mommy where they don't be, let able understand, let you know what that mean. And the government need for talk to we more.
The government needs to engage and communicate with citizens because our opinions matter. While we must respect and listen to our leaders, the government should also consider the views of the people, since we are all part of the nation's progress.
Residents who spoke to AYV say more information and public education about the constitutional review process will help reduce confusion and build public trust as the debate continues. For now, many people hope that authorities will increase public engagement so that citizens across the country can better understand the proposed changes to the constitution. Issa Bangura, AYV News, Freetown.
Music continues to play a pivotal role in promoting unity and cultural expression in Sierra Leone. Today, the Prince of Wales Brass Band brought together talented performance for the second edition of its band festival, showcasing the growing influence of instrumental music across the country. Let's hear more from our reporter, Ibrahim Ramadan Chalo.
Music, one of the essential elements of human well-being, provides profound cognitive, emotional, and social benefits, including brain stimulation, stress reduction, and improved memory. In recent times, it has become an increasingly popular activity in Sierra Leone. Genres such as jazz, pop, and rock have become part of everyday life for many, as the country continues to promote its expertise in instrumental music.
Steve was born from the idea of bringing brass bands or sister brass bands together to showcase and entertain the public what brass music is all about and the connection that brass music has with other genres or other styles of music. It is known that brass bands are notorious to be playing just classical pieces and hymns or marches and sometimes pop songs or what we call jams. So bringing bands together with us also in the picture as a band kind of showcases the essence of brass music and how beautiful it is, which most people might not be privy to.
For the Prince of Wales Brass Band, reviving the use of musical instruments like the trumpets and drums is one way of promoting unity. This effort is highlighted through the organization of the second edition of Bandfest.
Fest is a festival that we started a few years ago. This is the second segment of it. We aimed to bring people together and celebrate not only brass band music, but also other genres of music so that people can enjoy themselves in a relaxing atmosphere.
Sister bands showcase their talents performing melodious tunes. The Prince of Wales Brass Band has established itself as one of the leading bands in the country. Through initiatives like BandFest, it aims to promote musical excellence and provide a platform for emerging bands.
We create and recognize other musicians. We have respect for them and we enjoy the trade and the industry we are. So my word to viewers is you should always be a part of this celebration and enjoy music, because without music, life will be flat.
For AYV News, Ibrahim Amadangelo reporting.
Well, away from music, we move to Kamayama in the west end of Sierra Leone's capital, Freetown, where residents and transport riders still face daily hardship and challenges of bad road network within the community. AYV's intern reporter, Gwendolyn Blessing Coker, tells us more.
This is Kamayama Road, an important road network in the Lumley community. Every day, residents and road users, including bike and keke riders, face serious danger due to its deplorable condition at the moment. Some bike riders, keke operators, and the chief of Kamayama speak on the aforesaid road condition.
We can't make bridge.
Constructed the bridge, Kamayama has been open. Later, the CSE came and started fixing the road, but they stopped midway and never continued. From that time until now, nothing else has been done. If you try to pass here to reach Kamayama Junction, it's a big problem because the road is in a very bad condition. Even for bike riders, whenever it rains and they are carrying passengers, the passenger has to come down. Passengers insist on staying on the bike until they reach. The riders will either down or are unable to make it up. This is the daily struggle we face in our community.
I've been riding keke here for the past 4 years. Since the government started this road project during Anis Baikoroma's regime and stopped here. From this point to Pentagon Junction is a short distance, but up till now, we have up to 7 keke garages. Yet our machines keep spoiling, connect 6 communities, and all of us depend on it every day.
If you buy a bike today, by tomorrow you and your boss will be having problems. He thinks you are the one spoiling the bike, but in reality, it's the bike. Passengers also get angry about the cost of transport, but some of them understand that it's because the road is in such terrible condition.
Community members continue to speak with AYV, calling on the government and other humanitarian organizations to urgently intervene and rehabilitate Kamayama Road.
We are still appealing to the government to continue this road project. If they can complete this stretch from here to Pentagon, it would make things much better for us compared to how it is right now. So we are crying out to the government, to any NGO, or even any kind-hearted individual to please help us complete this road.
We're suffering and the bike riders are suffering too. During the rainy season, people fall down on this road. We have had more than 3 cases of broken legs and over 3 kekes have somersaulted, even leading to death. We are pleading with the government to help us fix this road.
For the residents of Kamayama and the riders who rely on this route, daily commuting has become a life-threatening challenge. The deteriorating road conditions pose constant risks of accidents and injuries. The community's development is also kept hanging. Gwendolyn Blessing Coker, AYV News, Freetown.
This is Primetime News on AYV TV and radio. Stay tuned for more stories after the break.
Mutik. This one is for the bold ones. The people who shape their world and the winners who still put in the work. Cheers to those who start great things. When you start, you're hard to stop. You raise your game and never back down because you're bold enough to make it. To you I say, never stop. Mutik, never stop starting.
Do you know you can transfer money, buy airtime, and pay all your utility bills in just a minute? You can have access to your accounts anytime, anywhere. Welcome to the world of fast and easy. GT Wall. With the GT Wall, you can transfer money from one GT Co account to another, pay utility bills, get account statements, get airtime, and check your balance. With GT Wall, you can buy Exa anytime, anywhere. You can go to App Store or Play Store on your iPhone and Android devices, download the app, and enjoy. GT Co. Wouldn't you rather bank with us?
Welcome back. I am Emmanuel Nyakemomo, and this is AYV's Primetime News. Thank you for joining us tonight. Let's roll into more stories. 17-year-old innovator John Decker Sise is calling for support to help promote his dream of becoming a mechanical engineer. Despite limited resources, John has already begun creating innovation such as headset, a solar Bluetooth device, and a remote-controlled cartoon wrangler. According to John, his only source of income comes from the lunch money given to him for school, which he saves to buy materials for his project. He explained more about his journey to our very own George Bartolo Powell.
Like many young people with big dreams, John Denker Sise's ambition of becoming a mechanical engineer began at an early age. At just 13 years old, he started exploring his passion for innovation by designing and assembling simple electronic devices. Speaking to AYV, John explained how curiosity and determination pushed him to begin experimenting with locally available materials to create his inventions.
Innovator from 13 years. I started repairing, so by 15, I said no, let me start creating things now for myself. So started doing RC, repair RC, and create headsets and Bluetooth.
John has successfully developed several inventions, including a remote-controlled cartoon wrangler, a headset, and a solar-powered Bluetooth device. His creations demonstrate his growing interest in electronics and mechanical engineering.
Well, this one is a RC remote control built with just the engine and the tires, then cartoon and glue. The number is here, 2.4 GZ. Any scrap I want to buy, I look for this number. The number is 2.4 GZ, then it can work with this frequency.
Despite his determination, John says he faces several challenges in pursuing his dream. As a school pupil with limited financial support, he relies on saving his daily school lunch money to purchase basic equipment and materials for his project, his dream of becoming a mechanical engineer.
Sometimes the capital I use is my lunch. I went to school for a day, not eat. I just set the money aside, said this is to buy scrap. Even if it takes 2 days, I'll still keep the money. The day I saw scrap, I buy one. And even sometimes the glue, using it, take a time to finish. So for me to buy another glue, take up to 2 or 3 days if I buy glue. So that was it. The challenge I have is funding. The only help I need now, if someone can fund me, I want to do the bigger project. I want to create a car that I can drive for myself. I'm going to make it with hardboard. But it's funding and support I need. Come to my location at 6 Hill Street, closer to AYV. And my number is 034 91 57 13. 034 91 57 13.
With talent, determination, and a strong passion for innovation, John Denka Sise hopes that the right support will help him transform his ideas into solutions that could benefit society. George Batulo Powell, AYV News, Freetown.
Now for our court updates for tonight. For court updates, a 45-year-old herbalist Alhaji Yila has been granted bail by Magistrate Mustafa Braimacha of Pademba Road, Court Number 1, after appearing on 2 count charges of alleged fraud. Our court reporter Ibrahim Ramadan Chalo gives us more update.
45 years old Alhaji Yili, a herbalist, has been granted bail by Magistrate Mustafa Bremaja of Pademba Road Court Number 1 in Freetown on 2 count charges to its fraudulent conversion, contrary to Section 20, Subsection 1, Paragraph A of the Larceny Act 1916, and obtaining money by false pretenses, contrary to Section 32, Subsection 1 of the Larceny Act 1916. According to the particulars of offense, on the 9th of March 2026 at Sheku Tamba Street, Koido City, Kono Judicial District, the Eastern Province of the Republic of Sierra Leone, fraudulently converted to his own use or benefit 32 carats of gold valued 20,800 leones entrusted to him by Komba Kanjama Sheku Tamba for the purpose of making a ring. Count 2 further stated that on above date, they placed the defendant with intent to fraud, obtained the sum of 50,000 leones from Kumba Kanjama Sheku Tamba by falsely pretending that he will make a gold ring for him and 2 of his children, knowing same to be false. When the charges were read and explained to the defendant, no plea was taken. The prosecution inspector Mabel M. Tagawali served the defendant with bundle of witness statements. The defendant admits receipt of same. Meanwhile, Magistrate Ja granted the defendant bail in the sum of 50,000 new leones. In sureties in like, some sureties must be Sierra Leonean residents within the jurisdiction sureties to provide valid identify card, bail to be approved by the Deputy Assistant Registrar. The matter was adjourned to the 20th of April 2026. The case continues.
It's now time for business updates. Let's join Mayama Tommy.
Today on Business Updates, global fuel prices are reportedly dropping, but here in Sierra Leone, the story appears very different. Transport cost is rising, and for many, the pressure is only getting worse. Across Freetown and beyond, commuters, drivers, and traders are all feeling the strain. But why? If global prices are easing, what's really driving the situation on the ground? At bus stop and marketplaces, frustrations are growing, with many saying that the cost of movement is quietly reshaping daily livelihood. One of the busy car parks, the tension is easy to notice. Passengers are complaining, drivers are defending, and everyone seems to have a different story.
We are working strictly with the government-approved transport fares. For example, the Moyamba route is now 180 new leones, up from 130 new leones, and we have not added anything beyond that. Even for feeder roads that are not well constructed, only about 10 new leones was added. Placeify, passengers have not raised major concerns because they understand these prices come from the government.
I'm on this road every day, and the transport cost is becoming unbearable. I'm appealing to the First Lady to help us. The roads need to be fixed and fares reduced. We used to pay 150 leones, then 170 leones, and now it is 200 leones. Life is already hard. Today, I traveled out of town to buy goods and paid 1,000 leones for myself and my load.
The one I go sell, for that will get me money, say, ben a problem.
You can actually hear the argument over fares, a clear sign that something isn't adding up for the people on the ground. For drivers, the cost of fuel remains a major concern. For passengers, daily transport is becoming harder to afford, and in between, small businesses are caught in the middle.
My biggest frustration is the poor road network. Just a few days after the rain, more than 4 vehicles got stuck. The government needs to improve provincial roads. Fuel is not even the main issue. What is the use of fuel if the roads are bad? When fuel prices drop, transport fares should also drop. Recently, it took us 6 days to travel between Tamanjala and Manodase. We were stuck for 2 days and even lost colleagues.
The big Papa government, let them make the road for you.
Like right now, presently, we pay 200,000.
I paid 200 leons from the East End in Freetown to Hotel, but the road conditions are very bad. I am a businesswoman and travel here to buy goods. Hotel is in a poor condition, and we are pleading with the government to reduce fuel prices in Sierra Leone.
So now, for Leona, go able for help with.
Fuel prices are declining. Why is the relief not being felt here?
And until the gap between global trends and local reality is addressed, many fear that the pressure will continue to build.
Research points to several possible factors, from exchange rates to taxes and import costs, but for a good number of Sierra Leoneans, those explanations offer little comfort. With transport costs rising and businesses adjusting, the ripple effect is already felt across the economy. A portion of the citizens are now calling for a close look at fuel pricing and the charges attached to it, a situation that should be watched keenly in the days ahead. Rounding off, here are today's mid-market exchange rates courtesy of the Bank of Sierra Leone. The US dollar stands at 22.81 leones. The British pound sterling is at 30.62 leones.
Right, thanks so much to Mariama Tomei for that business update. It's now time for sport. Our sportswoman, Marie Esther Samora, is well set. Good evening.
Good evening, Emmanuel, and good evening to everyone for our sport update tonight. Sierra Leone international forward Ali Conte, magnificent goal, and his side Intertalk secured all 3 points after placed in the final nail of the coffin. Well, Conte was substituted in the 74th of play and immediately converted a closed opportunity. He expresses how delight scoring for his club mean to him. He said score for an important goal for his club in their 2-1 win. Here is highlights of the match.
It's good to the team, We'll be working so hard to get in this victory. I was so amazing because coming out of the bench, to help my team get the victory, I think all the praise go to the team, We'll be working so hard to get in this victory. And thanks be to Allah. Yeah, thank you, I feel so excited. I feel so good to get my first goal in the league, And I hope to get more as soon as the league going. And thanks to my teammates, they work so hard to get the 3 points. I'm happy. Whenever I play in front of our own fans, I feel so amazing because they're cheering up, the momentum, the drum. Yeah, whenever I play, to be in front of the team, and that's good. We wish them more, and we want them to come more and support us. We'll be happy. Yeah, when we was in the bench, you can see the momentum from the coaches motivating us. You need to give everything you have when you came in. And then we work through it, and then we try to secure the 3 points. I think we deserve more, and then that's it. Like when they get the penalty, I think it was so silly penalty, but that's the game, and we are not going down. We play till the 90 minutes. That's the entire, very well deserved.
Congratulations to Ali Conte. And now away from that, in another development, Usman Kake played the full 90 minutes for FC Co Eyes as they secured a hard-fought 2-1 away victory over KFC Komano in the Slovakia League. In the playoffs, where the defender was involved in the build-up to a goal-scoring move, helping his team progress in a key moment as Coal Eyes fought hard to secure all 3 points on the road. Quickly, away from that, we focus attention now to the under-17 women's team who are currently in Ivory Coast as they are currently partaking in the 2017 World Cup qualifiers, where Sierra Leone under-17 women's team secured a goalless draw against their Ivorian counterparts in the 2026 World Cup qualifying match. Well, the team secured that particular draw after a hard-fought nail-biting encounter, and they will be taking on their counterparts on the 17th of April in the same venue. 30 teams are currently participating in this campaign, of which 4 teams are expected to join the host nation, Morocco, in the final 5 squad that will be representing the African continent in the World Cup qualifiers. Well, that's all for sports updates. Over to you, Emmanuel.
Thank you so much, Maria Esther Samura. Very quickly before you go, what is happening at SLFA, for instance, the Lyon Stars? There is now a gap following the termination of Mohamed Kalon.
A gap?
There is a gap in terms of leadership.
Okay, well...
are we expecting a foreign coach?
Of course. So okay. I understand from my findings, it is expected that a foreign coach will take charge of the national team. So far, Sierra Leone don't have any international campaign at the moment, and I believe by that time they would have advertised that particular one. But let me say this, in terms of the relationship between the FA and that of Mohamed Kalon, we had a whole lot of differences. We saw a whole lot of differences. For instance, when we talk about standard professionalism, it is important for one to note that as a coach, you are not expected to meddle in the administrative affairs or politics of a football federation. But we saw that it was very much evident in the past elections. One might say, yes, that is Kalon's human right to at least vote. But professionally, as a national coach of any category, you are not expected to meddle in the politics of any football federation.
Aren't we having professional coaches in Sierra Leone? Why a foreign coach? That's a question a lot of people are asking.
Like I mentioned, from what I heard, the job will be advertised, even though from my investigation, the FA will be opting for a foreign coach, where that is left with them. But to say we don't have coaches, no, we have professional coaches with license, qualified, certified license. We have the likes of ML for Mr. Lions, you have Zappa currently with Putloko, Babure Warriors. These are all qualified coaches. But from what I have heard is the fact that the Football Federation will be opting for a professional foreign coach.
Thank you so much, Marie Esther Samura. Well, that's all for Primetime News for tonight. For more stories, visit our website at www.ayvnews.com. If you have any comments on the news, please send us an email to info@ayvnews.com. I am Emmanuel Nyakemomo. Thanks for watching and listening.
You're watching AYV Television.